All right, let's get right into it. When we talk about keeping a team committed, our minds usually jump to things like perks, benefits, or these big company-wide initiatives. But what if the real secret, the thing that really makes people want to be all in, is something way simpler? Something much more, well, human. That's exactly what we're going to unpack today, the actual psychology behind building a team that genuinely wants to be on the mission.
Yeah, this is the big one, right? It's the question every single leader, manager, or team lead wrestles with. How do you go beyond just having people show up and punch the clock? How do you actually inspire them to invest their real passion and energy? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's probably not what you're thinking.
I mean, we've all been there. The annual engagement survey comes out, everyone clicks through it, and then what? Or maybe it's the mandatory team building day that feels just a little bit forced. And of course, the classic pizza party that's supposed to fix morale. Look, the intentions are good, no doubt, but these kinds of broad, one-size-fits-all solutions, they usually fall flat because they totally miss the individual human element.
And that brings us to the core idea here. The secret we're talking about, it's not some fancy new management program you have to buy. It's not another memo about a new policy. Nope, it's a practice, something you do every single day, and it's all rooted in the fundamentals of applied psychology. It really is a total shift in how we approach things.
So just take a look at this comparison. It lays it out so clearly. On one side, you've got the old approach, which is all about these big impersonal events. It's very procedural. But then look at the other side, the psychological approach. It's all about direct observation, real heartfelt conversations, and actual individual connection. It's really the difference between managing a group of people and truly leading individuals.
Now, let's be clear. When we say applied psychology, don't panic. This is not about putting a couch in your office and playing therapist. Not at all. It's simply about using basic principles of human connection right there in the workplace. It really just boils down to being genuinely curious about what drives your people, and then using that understanding to guide how you interact with them.
So where do we even start? How do you actually do this? Well, the first big skill is something the source material calls the art of observation. And this is the bedrock. It's the absolute foundation of everything else. It's about learning to truly see your team, not just, look at them.
And here's how you can break that down. First, you just observe behaviors. And I don't just mean, did they finish the report? I mean, look at their body language, their energy levels, how they're interacting with each other. Then, step 2 is super important. You've got to understand the context. Is someone quiet because they're disengaged or because they're just laser focused on a huge deadline? Context is everything. And finally, you start to identify patterns. Is this just a one-off bad day, or is this a recurring sign that someone's heading for burnout?
But just watching people isn't enough, is it? Observation gives you the what that's happening. But to really make a difference, you need to understand the why. And that's where this second key skill comes in. This is how you turn what you've observed into a real, genuine connection. It's about learning how to speak not just to someone's mind, but to their heart.
And this quote, wow, this really gets to the core of it all, doesn't it? Speak to reach the heart of people. That's it. That's the entire goal. We're not just talking about conveying information or giving instructions. We're talking about communication that actually lands, that creates a real emotional resonance. That's where trust comes from. That's what builds that deep, lasting commitment.
Okay, so how do you put this into practice? First, just ask open-ended questions based on your observations. A simple, "Hey, I noticed," can be an incredibly powerful way to start. Second, you have to really listen, and I mean deeply. Put the phone down, turn away from the computer, and actually hear what's being said, and just as importantly, what isn't. And finally, respond with empathy. You don't have to jump in and solve their problems, just acknowledge their perspective. It makes all the difference in the world.
So when you combine these two powerful skills, the art of observation and the practice of speaking to the heart, you end up with a simple but honestly profound framework for building a truly committed team.
And here it is, the formula. Observation plus connection equals commitment. It's that straightforward. Just think about it for a second. When your team feels truly seen because of your observation and truly heard because of your connection, commitment isn't something you have to demand, it's just the natural result. It's something that grows organically from a foundation of genuine care.
And it is so vital to remember, this isn't a one-and-done initiative. This is not a project with a start and end date. As the source material says, the goal is to engage all the time. Commitment is built in those small, consistent daily interactions. The quick check-in, the thoughtful question, the moment you just pause and really listen. It has to be a continuous practice.
So, as we wrap this up, it leaves us with one final thought. This isn't just a theory, it's a call to action. Looking at your team right now, just picture them. Think about who might need to be truly seen and heard. Whose heart will you try to reach first?